option, second option. Select the request, enter into contents tab. Select the contents.
Okay.
Click on execute. And see here, one more thing. This region column is available in our source? No. But we're populating the data for this region column by using constant rule type. Got the point? How the constant rule type will work? So like this, by using constant rule type, we will populating the data at target level, or if you have multiple targets, we can populate the data at target level, any target. That's based upon your requirement. Today we discussed how to create data source, target, transformation, and in transformation, how to work with rule types, that is direct assignment, no transformation, and constant, and how to design DTP and how to execute the DTP. Here I am going to create a standard info. Actually, we have three types of info cubes. One is standard, real-time info cube, and virtual provider info cube. After completion of this generating of info cube, we will discuss about those types of info cubes. Remember, this is the standard info cube. Yes, provide the technical name and the description. Just click on create. Object name must be here. The system throw an error, nothing but we have to provide the technical name of the info object or info cube or anything between 3 to 9 characters only. Not exceed 9 characters. Here we are taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 characters. That is the reason the system throw an error. So remove one thing. Click on create. Yes, Namrata, this is our designing area of info cube, and this is what? Navigation window. Hide this navigation window by using this button that is available in application toolbar. What I told you, info cube contains fact table in center and surrounded by different dimension tables, right? Key figure folder is available, right? This folder we will treat it as fact table. If you take dimension table, here see one dimension is available, dimension 1, and above this dimension 1 we have 3 different dimensions are available: data package, time, unit. I already told you we have the chance to create 16 dimensions. Among 16 dimensions, 3 are reserved for SAP, that is system generated dimensions. These 3, data package dimension, time dimension and unit dimension, these 3 are generated by system itself, and these 3 are used by the system itself only. We did not generate it. And dimension 1 is our custom dimension. And if you want to create a info cube, you need minimum 4 dimensions. Among 4, 3 are system generated, 1 is custom generated.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, maximum of 16 dimensions. Among 16, 3 are system generated, 13 are custom generated. And we have one key figure. Without a key figure, it's not possible to create a info cube. We need minimum 1 dimension and minimum 1 key figure, and we need time characteristic also. Minimum 1 time characteristic. These are the mandatory things to create info cube. Note down these points. We need 1 time character and 1 dimension and 1 key figure minimum. Maximum key figures 233, right? And maximum dimensions 16, right? Note down these points. These are very important points for interview purpose. Coming here, maximum 16 dimensions, right? I want to create 17th dimension. Is it possible? We will check it now. Yes, 4 dimensions are available. Now I am going to create one more dimension, that is here. Select the option create new dimension. Yeah, just to click on continue. Observe the process. Second dimension. Now how many dimensions we have? 5 dimensions. Next, sixth dimension. Click on continue. 6. Next, 7. Here I am observing it. Is it possible or not practically? Yeah. See how many now? Dimension 9 it means. Dimension A, that means 10th dimension, custom defined dimension. From here onwards we will get A, B, C, D like that. Now we got B. Next we will get C. Next we will get dimension D. 16 we reached. See here, no more dimensions possible. Maximum of 13 reached. That is 13 custom defined. Remove all the dimensions. No need to these many dimensions. Here for our requirement I am going to create 2 dimensions. For our requirement actually our file contains customer number and material number, 2 characters only. For customer number I am going to create 1 dimension, that is customer dimension. For material number I create material dimension. And what about unit dimension? Here unit dimension contains unit characters. Unit characters in the sense 0 unit, 0 currencies. Here what about R key figures? One is price, quantity and amount. For price and quantity we taken currency as a reference field, right? That is unit character. Okay, and for quantity info object we taken 0 unit as a reference info object. So those 0 unit and 0 currency both are saved under this particular unit dimension. And coming to time dimension, here in the file we taken 0 cal day, calendar day info object, will be saved under time dimension. So actually 0 calendar day is nothing but belongs to what time characteristic. So that time characteristic will be saved under this particular time dimension. Is there any characters are available under this? No characters. And expand this data package dimension. See here we have 3 info objects are available and we didn't generated them and didn't add them under this particular data package dimension, but by default these are generated by the system itself and added by the system itself. I already told you that technical characters, technical info objects, that is the 5th type of info object. Day before yesterday we discussed about types of info objects.
Correct.
Yeah, we will call these info objects technical info objects. Okay. These are generated by the system itself and used by the system itself. We did not generated them. Okay, these are used to process the data. See the naming convention also. Here the data package dimension name, technical name of the data package dimension. What is that? ZIC underscore UNCUBP. Here up to ZIC underscore UNCUB. That is the technical name of InfoCube. See here. Here this is the technical name of InfoCube, and here our technical name of InfoCube is followed by P. P in the sense package Namrata. Package dimension. So InfoCube followed by P in the sense that is the technical name of package dimension. And coming to time dimension naming convention. So a technical name of info cube followed by a letter T. So nothing
Okay.
but that is the technical name of time dimension. And if you take unit dimension technical name, info cube name followed by U. U in the sense unit. Come to this particular custom generated dimensions. See here, technical name followed by 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 9. After that we will get A, B, C, D. So these are the naming conventions of dimension tables. We have to remember all the things and we have to note down the points while you are hearing the recording. Go through the recording and note down the important points what I am saying. Again, two dimensions. Here I am going to change the name of the dimension. Here dimension 1 in the sense what. So I will give for this dimension a meaningful description. Here how can we give the meaningful description for this dimension? Select the dimension, context menu, click on properties. Yeah, it will open a box. I am providing the meaningful description for this dimension, that is customer dimension. Here we have two options are available, two checkboxes. One is line item and other one is high cardinality. These two are comes under performance tuning activities. So while we are discussing about this concept, we will discuss about these two things. Now remove these two things. Don't just forget about them. Yeah, provide the meaningful description. Click on continue. This is nothing but a customer dimension. I am going to change this description of second dimension. This is material dimension. Okay, just click on continue. Here our file contains only two characters. One is customer number and material number. So for customer number I taken customer number dimension and for material number I taken material number dimension. Here I am taking individual dimension. Here what is the need of taking individual dimension? You have the chance to provide two characters under single dimension. We have the chance. Why? Because dimension table has the chance to contain maximum 248 characters. Here we are taking different dimensions for two characters only. What is the need of maintaining these many number of dimensions? So this is also comes under a performance tuning technique. While you are designing info cube, you have to design the dimensions as small as possible for improving the loading performance as well as query performance. Yeah, in later classes we will discuss about these things. Don't worry about that. Just remember the point. Here we are generating two dimensions and I am going to add the characters under this particular dimensions. Yes, how to add the characters into the dimensions now. Coming to left panel. Here left panel contains some options. Info source, data store object, info cube, info object catalogs. These options will provide you the characters and key figures. Whether suppose if your info objects are available under DSO or data store object. Suppose in the sense you are creating a info cube upon a DSO. So that is also available in the flow, same flow. So your upon your DSO cube is you are generating a cube. So in the sense you have to take the same characters and same key figures which are available in the DSO. If you want to provide the connection, you need same info objects as in the DSO as well as in info cube. By the time you have to take the characters and key figures from the DSO only. So that's why here we got some some buttons, info source, DSO, info cube. We have the chance to create a info cube upon one more info cube. So if you want to provide the connection, by the time you have to take the same, you have to maintain the same characters and key figures in both the info cubes. So then you will get the characters and key figures from that particular info cube which is available below that info cube. Here we are creating our info cube individually, that is available upon the data source only, right? In our flow we have only data source and info cube, that's it. Between this info cube and data source there is no other object. Yeah, so now our info objects are available under info object catalog only. Every time those will be available under info object catalog, but sometimes we will get the characters and key figures from these objects. Now our info objects are available under info object catalog. Yes, select your info object catalog. See here, under this particular info area only we are generating our info cube, and this info area contains these two catalog. These two catalogs are available under this particular info area. You have to generate your info cube under same info area only. That is, your info object catalogs are nothing but we will call it as info objects indirectly, or your info cube. Both are available under same info area. You have to remember this point. So many people have done this mistake. Don't do this type of mistakes. So maintain your info cube, your targets, anything else, your targets and info objects under same info area. Yeah. This is our characteristic info object catalog. So just double click on it. It will open the info objects under this particular info object catalog. Okay, just double click on it. Yeah, see here, expand the characteristic folder. How many info objects we have? 4 info objects. Actually these two are generated by someone for them. Under this customer dimension I am going to add the customer character. Okay, just to select the character and drag and drop them. That's it. Okay, that will be add. This is one option, and we have one more option to add the characters under folder. That is direct option, we will call it as. Okay, just select the dimension, context menu, select the option info object direct input. Okay. Yes, it will open a box. Here in this box you have to provide the technical name of the info object. What is the technical name of info object? That is ZUNMNO. ZUNMNO. That is our material number info object. Just click on enter. Yes, see the description, properties of the info object. That is the description, and what about the status of that particular info object? That is active status. Okay, green color in the sense successful or active status. Yes, if you got red, that is nothing but you have some errors in that particular. Okay, if you got yellow, what it means? That is in the process, that's not successfully activated. These 3 statuses we have only in our SAP. One is green, red and yellow. Provide your technical name of info objects and click on continue. Directly that will be added under particular dimension table. Is just drag and drop. Second option is direct input. Okay, yes. Coming to what about key figures? Okay, yes, select the again info object catalog and select the key figures. That is double click on key figures. You will get key figures. Yes, we need 3 key figures. Just by using control I am selecting all the key figures, Namrata. Just a general thing. This is control. Yes, select all the key figures and drag and drop under key figure folder. Yeah, see here, while after adding the key figures, automatically this unit characters also added under unit dimension. Before that these are not available under this particular dimension, right? We already observed that. Yeah, so whenever you added key figures under key figure folder, automatically the reference characters also be added under unit dimension. Okay, this is the dependency. Yes, and I told you already that you have to maintain a single time character, that is mandatory. I already taken, that is 0 cal day. that is also available in our file also, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Here by using direct input method, I am adding that particular info object. Yes, select the option info object direct input. Yes, provide 0 cal. Yeah, click on enter. What about the status of this particular info object? That is active, right? Let's click on continue. See here, all the objects are available. And coming to our model, what is that extended star schema model? What I told you, fact table actually contains what? Key figures and dimension IDs. And what about, I will open the figure, you can easily understand. Not this one. Fact table contains different dimension IDs and key figures, right? And coming to dimension table, here dimension table contains dimension IDs and SIDs of primary keys. This is the actual model we are following. But coming to our front end, here we are adding directly the what about the characters under the dimension tables. Here we did not add it. If you take front end, we will design the info cube like this only. And after activating this info cube, I will show the back end picture of the info cube. You can easily understand. Just activate the info cube. Our task is completed, right? We have added all the characters and key figures. Data source to target, we will provide the connection, right? Yeah, in our data source we have price and quantity key figures are available. Directly assign these key figures to target key figures, nothing but amount to amount, price to price, quantity to quantity, right? We directly provide the connection, that is we will call it as direct assignment as per rule type, right? That is equal symbol. From here onwards the data will be loaded as per our connections. Okay. But coming to info package, what happened there, we did not provide any connection from source file to data source. Yeah, there is no connection at all. That's why we have to maintain the sequence. Why? Because info package doesn't identify the fields. That's just blindly load the data. First column data under the first column, second column data under the second column. Okay, that is the mechanism of info package. So now here no need to maintain the what about sequence. Yes, Namrata, here I am going to activate our info cube. Click on activate. After activating, I will show you the back end picture of the info cube as per same like extended star schema model. Yeah, click on activate. In real time, that is under that is on info cube only. Info cube and DSO also, but info cube is the central component for SAP BA, most important object. For so many reports, we will use this info cube as a target. Actually, we have some ABAPs are available in our project. If we got any requirement regarding to ABAP, we will get the coding from them. We will provide the requirement to them and they will provide us the coding. And I will say, I will give you the what about how to give the requirement to the ABAPers and how to get the coding regarding all the things I will give you in later classes. Sure. Yeah. What about our info object is activated, Namrata. See the status, see the information in status bar. Okay, successfully activated. Let's come back. And what about the backend picture of the info cube? To see the backend picture of the info cube, we will enter into what about the transaction code, that is list schema. Okay. Okay. Here I am providing /O. Yeah, it will open a new session. Yeah. Yes, just click on enter. List schema is the transaction code to see the backend picture of the info cube. Yes, and first copy your technical name of info cube. Yes, this one. Yeah, here. See, this is the list schema transaction code. Here you will get the all transaction codes. Okay, just activate it in your system. Just open it and select the transaction. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, here the system asking you the info cube type and technical name of info cube. First see what are the types of info cube. Here the system asking you. Yes, just we have one browsing option is available beside that particular letter. Just click on browser. Okay. See here we have only two types, Namrata. One is A stands for aggregate cube, B stands for standard info cube. What is meant by aggregated cube? Actually this will be also comes under performance tuning technique. Okay, we have nearly 10 to 15 performance tuning techniques, Namrata. Discuss later thoroughly about all these things: aggregates, compression, performance, what about indexes, everything. Info cube type is standard only. Yes, select that info cube type and provide the technical name of the info cube here. Provide the type of the info cube and the technical name of info cube and click on execute. See here, this is our info cube. Our info cube is connected with fact table. F means fact table, Namrata. I will give you the naming convention also. Here F stands for fact table. Okay, and expand it. This fact table is surrounded by different dimension tables. Fact table is connected with the different dimension tables. How many dimension tables we have in our info cube? Yeah, if you have any doubts, open your info cube and observe the dimension tables. Yes, see here, 5 dimension tables we have, and see in list scheme also how many dimensions we have. 5. One is data package, time and unit. These 3 are system generated, and customer and material. These 2 are custom generated, nothing but generated by us only. Yeah, and expand the customer dimension. Here this is our customer dimension. Just expand it. What about this? This customer dimension is connected with what? SID of what? ZUNCN number. What about this? So SID of customer number. This dimension table is connected with SID of customer number. See here, this image dimension table is connected with the SID table, and this SID table is connected with what? Customer number. Yeah, customer number, attributes or text. Expand this also. Yes, expand the SID of customer number. See here, P means attributes. This is the back end picture of the info cube. Info cube contains fact table in the center, and it is connected with the different dimension table. Dimension tables are connected with the SID table. SID table is connected with the primary table of info object. If you expand the material dimensions, and this is connected with SID, and this is also connected with the, and what about here Q and M? Some different tables are available, X and Y. Okay, these are types of attributes. What later classes we will discuss about these things. Okay, what about Q and M, X and Y? Okay, these are all comes under types of attributes. We have different types of attributes. Yes, we will discuss later. Just think about these things only. Dimension, SID is connected with the primary, right? We got the extended star schema model or not? But in front end we will design the info cube in this way only. But in back end the structure will be saved like this. Okay, this is the designing of info cube. And what are the most important points you have to remember here? You have to maintain even single dimension and a single key figure and also a time character. These are minimum. Okay, remember all the things and design your info cube as effective as possible. Completed, our data source is ready and the target is also ready. Next, what is our task? Transformation number. How to create transformation? Tell me the steps. From data source level onwards, I am going to create the transformation. From here also we can we have the chance to create the info object, sorry, transformation, but we don't know the technical name of our data source. We forget that. Okay. That's why I am copying the target and I am entering into data source level. From here onwards, I am going to create the transformation. Okay. Yes. Select your data source, context menu. First, check is this our application component or not?
Yeah, that is ours.
Yeah, this is our source system. Okay, right. Yes, context menu, create transformation. Yes, here for this transformation, what about the source? That is data source, and this is the technical name of the data source, and this is the source system connection. And for this transformation, what about the target? That is info cube, right?
Yeah.
And what about the technical name of the info cube? This one. Just click on continue. Sometimes when you click on continue while creating the transformation, you will get one error, nothing but your your target is not active.
Okay.
Actually, that is that page will not be refreshed. Actually, you just come back and refresh entire page and again do creating the transformation. You will get a successful message. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, so what about the connection? Here we are getting all the connections, but for amount info object, that is key figure, we didn't get the connection. There is no amount field in the source level. Populate the data for this amount info object, amount key figure. Yeah, tell me, for this amount info object, in the sense we are getting the data from two info objects, that is one is quantity and one is price, right? So by multiplying these two info objects only, we are getting the data for amount key figure. So if you want to get the data like that, first you have to connect both to amount, right? Here I am connecting both quantity and price to amount. Okay. Then only we will implement the logic. What about that formula logic? Okay, after transferring the data from data source to target, this particular formula will be implemented in the back end. After implementing this logic, we will get the data into target. Here see, some little bit complex connections are available here. If you want to know from where we are getting the data for this particular amount info object, highlightly. For that, select that info object, click on the button, highlight source or target fields.
Okay.
See here, for this info object, we are getting the data from 4 source fields. One is quantity, unit, price and currency.
Okay.
This is the way of identifying the source fields. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Here we need the data from quantity and price, and as well as currency also. Why? Because we are using currency as a reference character for amount field, right? So here no need of data from this particular unit. Units in the sense we take an kg as a unit data. So that is not need for this particular info object, right? So we need the data from quantity, price and currency only, not from unit. So delete that particular connection. Just to click on this button, we are getting the data from these 3 info objects only. How can we implement the logic now? Yes, select that info object, context menu, select rule details. Here I am going to introduce you one more rule type, that is formula. Select the formula. It will opens the formula designing what about screen. What about the formula we are using here? Quantity into price. Double click on price field. Here these are the source fields. Just double click on price. Here see, observe the difference here. Into multiplication, nothing but, and double click on quantity. Yes, is this formula is correct or not? Check by using syntax check. Yes, formula syntax is correct. Yes, just come back. Just double click on price. Next add multiplication. Next double click on quantity. That's it. And if you want to provide the description, that's your choice. Yes, here I am providing the description, that is amount. Yes, click on transfer values, and here see, here source fields of rule for this formula rule type. What about the source fields? Price, quantity and currency, right? And what about the target fields of this particular formula rule type? That is amount and currency. We added this zero currency where while designing this particular key figure. Remember all the things while I'm saying anything, okay? Just click on transfer values. Yeah, here aggregation in the sense, here we are taking the target that is InfoCube, right? For the InfoCube aggregation type of InfoCube is that is summation. The summation in the sense the records will be added if you have same key field combination. Suppose you are loading C1 customer data into target. Again you are loading the same customer data into target. Those records will be added. Why? Because here the customer is same. So if you are loading same key combination, same key field combination data into target, that is nothing but InfoCube, those records will be added. And I will show you how to add these records. And this is the difference between InfoCube and DSO. If you take a DSO, that is data store object, that is also one of the target. If you take the aggregation type of DSO, that is overwrite. And I will show you practically what is overwrite and what is summation. Just to click on transfer values. Yeah, our transformation is also ready. Next, what is our task? Activate the transformation. Just give 2 hours of time daily for BI. Yeah, what about transformation is also ready. Data flow. Up to now I didn't show it. Now I'm adding one more option. Okay. Yeah, here we didn't refresh the tree. Again refresh it. Yeah, see, InfoCube, transformation and data source. Yes, if you want to see the data flow of this particular target, how to see the data flow? Context menu of InfoCube, display data flow option. Select up or down, anything else, click on continue. See here, from this source we are getting the data into data source, after that into target. What about this transformation? This is the data flow. Okay, if you have any doubts, just see the data flow, then you can easily understand what about the data sources we have under the particular target and what about the source system connection. Yes, come back and note down the point regarding this particular option. Okay, next, what is our task? That is 6th point, data loading. I am following the 6 points only what I provided you. One is preparing a file, second one is source system connection, third one is data source or PSA, fourth one is target, fifth one is transformation, and sixth one is data loading, right? Up to now we completed 5 steps. Next is sixth step. What is that? Data loading process. So in data loading process, what about the first one? How many data loading objects we have, tasks we have? How to create the info package? Yes, remember now. Enter into data source level, select your data source, context menu, select the option create info package. Okay.
Yeah.
First we have to create the info package only. Why? Because before DTP we have to execute the info package. What is the reason? Want to execute the DTP, you have the data in data source, right? At PSA level, right? If you want to get the data at PSA level, you have to execute the info package. That is the dependency. That's it. What about the first task between DTP and info package? Which one is the first? Yeah, if you want to execute the DTP, you need the data in PSA, right? Actually, here DTP is the mechanism between PSA and target. If you want the data in PSA like that, you need to execute the info package. Why? Because info package is the mechanism between source to PSA level. Here, if you want to execute the DTP, you need to execute the info package early. That is nothing. Okay, that is the dependency. So first task is info package, next only DTP. Yes, click on create info package. Yeah, here just provide the description. Load data to PSA. Anything else, just click on save, and it will opens a designing area of info package. Here we are going to discuss about this particular tab only. Here I am hiding the navigation window. Yes, here what we have to provide the file name. That is, click on browse. What about the file? First you check the file before browsing. Yes, this is our file, right? Yeah, our file contains 5 records. Okay, I already explain about this file also. Same material purchased by different customers, and the same customer can have the chance to purchase different materials, right? Yes, just remember all the things. Our file is fine. Yes, browse our file. Transaction data, right? This is our file. Yes, browse it and ignore how many rows. What about the data format? And what about the data separator, comma? Yes, enter into schedule tab. Yes, start data load immediately. Select the start button. Whenever you click on select, so you click on start, you get in status bar what a message that data was requested. Yes, data was requested. Next, enter into monitoring. Okay, let's see here. This is, yeah, successfully completed. 5 records from source and 5 records are updated to PSA. Now, if you want to see the PSA data, click on PSA maintenance in the application toolbar. Yes, click on continue. So we have 2 options to enter into PSA maintenance. This one is the first option. Second one is select your data source, context menu, click on manage, select the request, and click on PSA maintenance again. Same process. Just do practice, all will be remembered easily, very easily. Why it is taking too much of time? Yeah, we got the records. See here, what
Yeah.
about the date format? That is date, month and year. What about our file format for date? Here I am taking year, month and date. Here Excel
Okay.
sheet allows this format, but our SAP allows this format. If you want to change the format, we have that option also. That will be available under this particular option, user profile, own data. Here, if you enter into own data, yes, enter into default. See here, we are maintaining date format like date, month and year. Okay, same like the data will be saved in our system. Okay, yes, now we are here. Yeah, come back again, come back. Our date is right now at PSA level. Next we have to load this data into target. Enter into info provider level. What about the task? DTP, right? Yeah. Expand your target and see here, automatically generated by system itself, this particular folder. You activate this transformation, automatically DTP will be created. Just to double click on this particular DTP, you will get the designing area of DTP. Click on enter. No need to do anything in this particular window. Okay. Yes, I already told you the extraction tab contains source level information and update tab contains target level information. Okay. And in execute level only we have to execute the DTP. So here this is in disable model. If you want to enable this one, you have to activate the DTP, right? Activate it. After activation, this button will be enabled. Just to click on execute. Here execution in the sense what? Here the DTP is reading the data from to target. That is the process, execution process here. Okay. Yes, if you want to see the monitor, request monitor, yes, click on enter. Yeah, see the request monitor, refresh. Yellow in the sense yellow color. I already told you in the process, right? Why it is taking too much of time for reading 5 records only? For 5 records only, it is taking nearly 20 seconds of time. See here, how many seconds? 36 seconds for updating the data. What is the reason for that? Do you have any idea about this? Actually, here the answer is formula. Like one formula at transformation level, right? So before updating the data into target, first the formula will be implemented. So for that implementation, the system will take some time, processing time.
Okay? Oh, that formula we gave for multiplication of price and quantity for amount.
Yeah. For that formula, the system taken the processing time there at the transformation level. That's why we take some extra time for loading the data into target. So actually, these comes under loading performance. So if you want to load data quickly to target, so no need of apply any formulas, transformation rule types at transformation level. So then only you will get quickly the data at target level.
Yeah.
So these comes under loading performance. Yeah, we will discuss later. Don't worry about that. Yeah, see our request. Here this is our request number. Here how many records are transferred? 5 records. How many records are added? 5 records. And what about the status of this request? Green, right?
Yeah.
And what about the, here see, what is this column? Request for reporting available. Here this indicates that this particular request is available for reporting. Here this is the symbol for reporting.
Okay.
Okay, so this particular request in the sense these 5 records are available for reporting purpose indirectly.
Okay.
Suppose if you change the status, see here I am changing the status of this particular request. Select that request, select that status, select this what about status error, yes, that is red color request, red color
Okay.
status. Click on continue. What happens? See the difference. Is it available for reporting? Here the symbol is not available here.
Yeah.
So whenever you get the successful message, that is successful status, those records only available for reporting. Errors, so those records does not available for reporting. Yes, how to see the data in InfoCube? Okay, yeah, same like info object. Select that InfoCube contents. This is one option. I will show you one more option, that is enter into contents tab. Here two options are available. One is InfoCube contents and fact table contents. See what is fact table? I already told you fact table contents dimension IDs, right?
Yeah.
InfoCube contents all the characters, key figures, everything.
Yeah.
First we will see InfoCube contents. Later we will see fact table contents. Okay. Here you have to select the characters number.
Okay.
First you have to select the characters. Actually by default key figures will be selected for this report. Yeah.
Okay.
Select this field selection for output. How many dimensions we have? Customer dimension, material, data package, time and unit, right? Under these dimensions we have key figures. By default all key figures are selected. Okay, now we are going to select characters. What are the characters we need for output? I need customer number, and these are all system generated technical info objects. Yes, if you want these for output, you have to select. Yes, I need only request ID.
Okay.
And a calendar day, currency and a unit of measurement. Okay, I am selecting all these characters. Click on execute, and again click on execute. I will introduce about this screen. Yeah, see here, this is the InfoCube contents, not fact table. Okay, yeah, this contains all the characters. And see what is request ID. What about this number? How can you get this number? By default system itself generated, right?
Yeah.
So this request ID we will call it as technical info object.
Okay.
I already introduced three info objects. One is, those are comes under data package dimension, right? Record ID, some change ID, something. This is also comes under technical info object. Okay, these will be generated by system itself and used by system itself. Yes, this is about the InfoCube contents. Next, coming to fact table contents. Come back again, select fact table. Yeah, just click on execute. If you want to see the number of entries, you can see. What about the number of entries we have in our fact table? 5. We loaded only 5 records, right? That's why this fact table contains only 5 records. Yeah, click on execute. Yes, what about fact table? Here fact table contains what? Dimension IDs. How many dimension tables we have? 5, right? So 5 dimension IDs, and this is, these 3 are key figures. Yeah, here if you take the one dimension ID, that is regarding customer number, right? And I already told you, if you take the image here, whenever we activate and query upon this InfoCube, where the processing is starting, actually
Fact table.
on fact table, right? So how can we read the data from fact table onwards? Through dimension IDs, and next through SIDs, and next through master data. Okay, yeah, now I will see you the practical thing. See here, this is the dimension table, right? and I am going to open the next dimension table. Here this is the fact table, not dimension table. This is the fact table contents. Now I am going to open the dimension table contents. How to open the dimension table contents? First close all these sessions. No need of these sessions. Okay, yes. Yeah, I am going to open one more session. And where we see the table data, first we have to know that, yeah, in which transaction we will see the table data. That is, the transaction is SC11. Enter it. And what about our dimension table name? Actually, in backend, all the objects are saved with this name /base/. B stands for Business Intelligence, C stands for Custom. We are generating these dimension tables and fact tables by own, alright? These are not standard. Okay, if it is standard, instead of C we got 0. /base/. Here dimension table is starts with the letter D and followed by InfoCube name. What about our InfoCube name? Technical name of InfoCube is ZIC_UNCUB, right? ZIC_UNCUB. Dimension table is starts with D followed by what? Yes, ZIC_UNCUB. And what about the number of this particular dimension? Customer number, dimension number 1, right? Click on display. Okay. What about the dimension table contains only dimension ID and SID of, what about this technical name? Our customer number, right?
That's the primary key.
Yeah, very good. So dimension table contains dimension IDs and SID. Only it contains customer number SID. Why? We added only one, that is customer number only into this particular dimension. That's why this contains only customer number SID.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Just click on contents in application toolbar. Yeah. See the number of entries in our dimension table. Yeah. How many entries we have? 5 entries. Yeah. See the contents. Execute. Yes. Leave here and open next. What about the table? Here we opened a fact table and dimension table. Next I am going to open SID table also. Yeah, take one more session. Enter into SC11 again and provide the table name here, that is SID. SID for what? Customer number, right? Yes. Yeah, I am open the SID table of our customer number. The naming convention same, that is /base/. SID table is starts from yes and followed by primary. Just click on display and this SID table contains primary key and SID. Click on contents in application toolbar, that is available beside the technical settings. Okay, identify the button and see the number of entries. How many entries we have? 6 entries. Okay, see what are those. Here by default 1 entry will be generated by system itself. Actually in dimension table we have 5 entries only, but if you take fact table, those are also 5 entries, but here SID table we have 6 entries. What about the first entry? First entry is generated by system itself. Okay, these all entries are remaining, all entries are ourselves. Next. Yeah, next what about the next table?
Is there a reason why additional entry is generated?
No, while you are activating the SID table, that is nothing but info object, by default table will be generated and that row will be generated. That is system will take in that by default.
Okay.
No particular reason is that behind that system generated that. That is used to process the data in back end.
Okay. No, because generally other tables don't have an extra
Yeah, right.
row.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here SID is completed and next is primary table. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. How can we open the primary table? Next, I am going to take one more session. Yeah, enter into again S11. Okay, provide the primary table of info object. So primary table is starts with P, right, followed by info object name. Yes, click on display, and this primary table contains info object and what about these attributes, right? Yeah. Yes, click on contents again. Click on execute. Yes. Wait. Yeah. This is fact table. Don't confuse.
Yeah.
And this is dimension table. D stands for dimension table. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't confuse. Yeah, this is dimension table. And coming to here, this is P stands for what? Attributes table.
Primary key. Yeah.
Yeah. Coming to here, what is this? S stands for SID.
SID
Okay.
table.
Yeah, here see practically how the system read the data. Whenever you execute a query in Bex2, what happened? The processor will start the processing in fact table first. Yeah, if you take an example here, suppose the processor start the processing at this particular dimension ID.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, against this particular dimension ID, what about the number of dimension ID here? 2, right? Yes, against this number, it will enters into dimension table. What is that? This is dimension table, and it will identify the dimension ID, that is 2. And against this dimension ID, what about the SID number? That is 12, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for this 12, it will enters into SID table. For this 12, what about the primary key? That is C1, right?
C1. Yeah.
C1. Against this, it will enters into primary table, and it will identify the C1 record,
C1.
and it will read the what about the attributes data.
Yeah.
So if you take customer number, customer name, customer address, quantity and price in the report, okay, this is the layout you followed in query, and you execute that query. What happened? The system first starts the process in where fact table, and it will read the dimension IDs and enters into SIDs. It will read the dimension table, and it will read the SID. Next, against that SID, it will read the primary key record, and against that it will read remaining all the attributes data. Yeah, like this we will get the attributes from direct from where attributes table, and we will get the key figures from here only, right? Yeah, for attributes only the system followed this path. Is it okay?
It's clear.
Do you have any doubts up to now?
No, that's clear.